I'm going to tell you guys this little uh, story, I guess, real quick. Something that's kind of weird about cars and building these things. I probably built, oh, close to 100 cars. Um, kind of lost track after many years ago doing them. And, I'm doing this rag top right here. But, this car here, and it's like, this is weird because cars don't have minds, but I'm just going to tell you guys this anyway because it's just the way it is. It's just so weird. Some cars, when you build the car, every piece fights you. You go to look for parts, you can't find them. You go to get, um, you know, stuff and it doesn't work. You end up doing it 2 or 3 times. The motor, blows up as soon as you put it in the car. It's some cars just the whole way along. The metalwork, you put it together and you're like, damn, nothing fits. You got to rework everything. Um, you know, every time you go to look for a part, nobody has it. Then you go to buy it at the swap meet. You go like 10 different swap meets. Finally, you find a piece of crap one. You guys know what I'm talking about if you've done a few cars. And then some cars are like this car so far has been, it's almost like they have a mind of their own. And it's crazy, stupid, but it's weird. I don't understand it. So that's why I'm just telling you guys about it. If you're maybe having the problem, of course, all of them, I get them done. And all of them get done to where they look good and everything else. But, some cars, it's almost like they want to go again. So the weird thing about this car is like when I bought it, I was like, man, what am I going to do? I don't even have there's a lot of parts it needs. Like all the parts like literally fell in my lap. And I keep on finding more things that keep on happening like that. I can't remember what the last thing I was doing was, and I went to do something on it and it like the parts fell in my lap. All of a sudden I'm like, whoa. Oh, I didn't even think I had one. Like I went to get the running boards for this thing. I got original running boards. I had the deck lid sitting in the shop already. I've had it for years. I'm trying to think of the different parts. Then I got the back half of the car was just fell in my lap. On the way home, we were talking about it, and he goes, hey, I wonder if that bug's still there. And of course it was. And there's all the metalwork parts that I needed were just fell in my lap. The front end parts, I had everything. I think I had to buy the brake parts, but that was not a big deal. In fact, all the drums were in good shape. I mean, it's just one of those cars. It's like, the old Herbie the Love Bug. I know it's a stupid movie and everything else, but the car, some of these bugs and stuff, some of them, the last 3 of them I've done have been like this. I mean, I go to hunt for parts, and it's like, oh yeah, hey, look, I got turn signals for that, and I get all the stuff, and oh yeah, I got some bumpers too, and I got this and that, and I'm like, God, the guys have like everything I need in one place. So, I mean, it's kind of discouraging when it doesn't go that way, but it's kind of nice when it does. But it's weird how it's almost like I kind of feel like, even though it's not, I know it's not real, but I kind of feel like the car wants to go again, and it's finding its own parts, and it's evolving kind of strangely enough, and everything just seems to fall in my lap, like the paint, the clear, the whatever, everything I seem to look for I have already. So it's kind of nice. I haven't had put a lot of money into it, like some of the projects I've done where I just had to throw $100 bills at them like crazy. I think the 13 window was one of those. Well, actually, that one went together pretty good too. There was a green bus I did that it fought me like crazy, and then I had another combi bus before that like every part was just like tooth and nail. Everything I put on the car, it's broken. I guess the SO23 camper was kind of like that. I put the speedometer in. The speedometer is no good. Front end pieces. I go take it apart. Had to do more metal work. It's like everywhere you go, you're having to do more to it. It's just like, whoa, what happened? I thought this was this easy. This car goes the opposite. I go to put the parts on. Oh, no problem. Everything just lines right up. So anyway, not to get discouraged if your project's not going that way, but if you do a few of them, you might find, or some of you guys that do the few, you might have a comment down there that says, yeah, man, that's weird. I had the same thing. Be weird. I don't know. Talk to other guys. They said the same thing too, that they've had the same thing happen to them. Anyway, so bugs come along good. Now I'm going to get this thing back together. I'm trying to figure out what we're going to do. We may put the motor in it now and put the deck lid and all that on and drive it over to the other side of the shop. That'd be really amazing, except I got to get keys for it, which I was working on just now on the computer. I got to get the lock numbers. So anyway, and I'll get original. I'll just get the original ones rekeyed. You can buy those nice sets at Wolfsburg West now, where you can. It has all the keys all match. Those are pretty cool for really cheap, and they're good quality. All right, so I'll talk to you in the next video. Please like, share, and subscribe.